Guys,
Hi.
wait a minute. Who is this? I thought that was Nina. Let's put you. Okay. Okay. So, hi, how are you? We'll wait for Nina to get on. How are you, though?
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. You're fine. You look good. The background looks amazing. And just the testimony that you're going to tell and showing the house, the people, the opportunity that you guys are providing, I think alone that's enough. So don't be nervous. Okay, you got this. No?
Okay. Okay.
And
Does everybody gotta subscribe to be here?
no,
Okay.
no.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, it will be.
Okay.
Hey, once this is done, I'll
Uh-huh.
post a copy on the Facebook, and then it's also on YouTube. But I always post it on Facebook too.
Okay. So how do they watch live? Go to
They'll be able
YouTube.
to watch it on Facebook or YouTube, so it'll be
Okay.
on both places.
Okay. You guys gotta be on Facebook or YouTube.
Mhm.
It's called StreamYard.com. You gotta be on Facebook or YouTube, Didi. Oh, sorry. I got the earphone good. And you can hear me okay?
Yes, you sound good. I'm just
Okay.
waiting to see if Nina hops on. Well, because she was not feeling that good, but she said she would be here, so she'll be
Right.
here in a minute.
And she said that she's not gonna go, like she's not gonna put her face there, but
Yeah,
that she's gonna, yeah,
yeah, she's just gonna like mute her camera.
yeah,
I'm so excited. Well, because I feel like this is gonna be like a whole new different segment for us, and we're gonna be able to, touch a lot of lives. Well, because this is, come on, I feel like it's what Nina is doing is it's even more important than the work I'm doing. Well, because when we come out, we don't have like a lot of people. We don't have a lot of spaces where we can go and people to talk to or whatever. And that's why I made the podcast so that people can come on and feel comfortable talking about their experiences. And I didn't really think I'd still be doing it, but I love it because every time I feel like I get something that is broken in my heart healed by helping somebody else. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It feels really good. So
yeah, it
you
does.
know what that means, like paying it forward, right? I'm sure you
Right.
know about that.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It makes me feel good. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good that there is somebody that's there. You know, that she helped me, dude. She helped me so much. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh, Nina's like she's like an angel in real life. No, just kidding.
Yeah. No, no, for real, she is. No, you're not just kidding. No, for real. Like she
Because
is.
like, hey, and then she's so humble about it. She doesn't like boast about it or nothing, but it's she I think too we want to give her a lot of thanks too because she deserves that, because she does a lot. Like every day from morning to the night, she's all grinding on the phone trying to help people all day and all night.
I know she does, and I'm like, I'm grateful for her, like for real. Like I told you, I ran from her. You know what I mean? At first, I was like, what is this? What does this girl want? Like, she's my she's my arch nemesis. You know what I mean? Like we battled, like who's gonna have more money? Who's gonna have, you know what I mean? The more drugs and like every time we did run into each other, or I walked into a house that she was at, like we just kind of were like, what's up? Like, and you know what I mean? Like, we didn't hardly ever talk to each other. Like, either I left right away or she left once I got there or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy that you guys even come like from the same county, the same lifestyle, doing the same kind of like dirt, you know what I mean? And then coming out of it. So that's something it's very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. We're even from the same hood, and we were still like battling. It was crazy. It was just,
Nina's a whole
what?
different breed though. She's a different breed of people.
Oh yeah, so am I. So am
Yeah,
I.
yeah. But
We're both
hey,
leaders.
you could tell people people right away, when you meet them.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, well, what I'm gonna do while we wait for Nina is I'm gonna introduce just in case anybody is on or watching. Well, somebody was already on, but I think they're backstage. I don't know if they could see us. I wonder, can you post if you can see us in the comments, please? Well, just so I
Okay.
could know, not you. There was another person, but I thought it was Nina, so I added them right away, but it wasn't. Oh, whoops. Here, mommy. Go get it. Go get the baby. It's Randy Miller. I hope they can see us. Oh, okay. I'm not sure where she went, but she should be right back. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Add, add. Yay! Here we go. And there's also there's two people watching. There's
Hi.
someone watching backstage. Oh, there's three people watching. Three people watching. No, just kidding.
Oh, it's gonna be popping soon.
Okay, so
Hopefully
first of
there's
all,
more.
I would like to welcome my guest Nina Sanchez and my other guest Della. Say your last name for me.
Delia Vianes. But you can call me Rose.
Rose. Oh yes, Rose. We're gonna tell the little story about Nina chasing Rose down in the alley. It's hilarious. You guys gotta you guys gotta hear this. No, just kidding. I would like to first of all, anybody who is not streaming or like not subscribed to our channel, I will post this immediately when we're done to our Facebook channel, and I'll send one to both of you guys so you could send to whoever you want. That way your friends could stream live and of course share. And please consider joining or subscribing to our YouTube page. We have lots of members on our Facebook, but we're also trying to build up our YouTube channel as well. So we would like people that are on our Facebook to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thank you guys. We're so grateful to everybody who has joined. In the last 2 days, we literally got 200 members. Like the outpour is overwhelming. I'm so grateful to everybody who has joined. We're continuously setting up podcasts. We have another podcast on Thursday with Precious. We are starting a new segment in Behind Bars, which is called from graves to gardens. And this is a segment that will include Nina and the rehabilitation that she is doing in her program. And we're going to be bringing some of the ladies that, or men, whoever is willing to come on. We're not discriminating against anybody, but the first people that we have on are ladies. So that's why I'm saying ladies. And we're asking that everybody welcome them and have lots of questions or anything. And we're just grateful for this new segment. And I really think it's going to be very impactful because the testimonies that we're about to hear are totally different what we usually do on Behind Bars. But from my perspective, I feel like they're more important. Well, just because they talk about a recovery, and a lot of people don't talk about addicts in a good perspective, and we're trying to change all that stuff here on our platform, and that's why we're here. And we're hoping that you guys, everybody, loves our new segment from graves to gardens. Thank you guys and welcome our guests.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay. So what? First, we're gonna start with just our little podcast segment that we usually do. It should only take about maybe like a couple minutes. And so what I'm gonna do is, Rose, I would like for you to tell me how much time you did, what facility you did it at, and your charges if you'd like.
Okay, so altogether I did almost 10 years. That's including county time and prison time. I did my prison time in Grants, New Mexico, and county time was in Curry County, which is Clovis, New Mexico, and Roosevelt County, which is Portales, New Mexico. My first charges that I've ever gotten was aggravated of fleeing from a law enforcement agency, aggravated assault upon a peace officer with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault upon a peace officer, and my only misdemeanor was my DWI. And then my second set of charges was 4 counts of child abuse, non-bodily harm, abandonment. It was because I was high. I was in my addiction, trying to raise my kids by myself. And I guess they don't like that. So I got 5 years for that. I went in 2011 or 2012 and got out in 2016 and went right back into my addiction.
Okay. So actually, basically, I feel like this was my next question. It was gonna be before your charges, what was your lifestyle like? But I feel like you just answered that, so I'm just gonna go to the next one. Okay.
Well, like before that, I didn't never get in trouble by the law. I was a rebel. I joined the West Side, um, the gang, and was selling drugs, running drugs, doing drugs. Yeah, so I picked up my charges as an adult.
Wow. I'm all wow. I'm all How did you feel the first time the judge sentenced you?
Well, it didn't phase me. Like I said, I was a little rebel, I guess. I was terca, if everybody knows that, stubborn. I went into county not caring, not really giving, any two who's about nothing. I went in there still causing trouble, still running amok. That was my first prison sentence. I only had one child. His name is JJ. His name is JJ. And my second time going in, I went in and I got pregnant, and I had my son Jesse in prison. I and then I got out, married my pen pal, was pregnant by him, and had my daughter, and that changed my world. So when I picked up my charges for the second time going to prison, it was so different. Everything was different. It mattered. It like took a toll on me. Um, it was harder to do the sentence. It was harder to be behind those bars because of the fact that I did have my other two kids. You know what I mean? It should have mattered. It should have mattered with my first, but like I said, I was running. I was running amok. I was being a child. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. How did you prepare yourself to go to prison? Oh wait, no, no. How? Yeah, to go to prison and like to pull chain from county.
Well, the first time it wasn't nothing. The second time it was, I was kind of scared the first time, but I had, gotten a bunch of inmates telling me what it was like. You know what I mean? I picture like like on the movies that you see on the movies, but it wasn't nothing like that. I got there and the first time, and back it was back in '03, '04. I didn't get out until I think it was '06 or '05 or something like that. Um, so we had cubicles, we had packages, we had like home stuff. Everybody had curling irons and makeup and comforters and big old fluffy pillows, and we had cubicles like if we were in offices. You know what I mean? Our own little spaces and stuff. So when I got there, it wasn't nothing like I pictured. The second time running, though, we didn't have no cubicles anymore. We had bunk beds in every pod. There were so many girls that they was just lined up, bunk, 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 and it was kind of scarier because there was a lot more people there the second time around. You know what I mean? And then with my charges, what
Was
was
G
my
Unit
charges?
built? Was G Unit built when you were there the second time?
Yes, and it was also built. It was brand new when I went in the first time, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the first time I went, they pretty much had me locked down. I never got to really go into population because of my charges being aggravated. I did a lot of seg time. I did a lot of FPOD, Um, so it was kind of it should have been harder for me, but it was just me by myself majority of the time. RDAP, I went into RDAP both times, but the second time going in, my charges did they frightened me because people don't like those charges, child anything, child abuse, anything. That's a big no, no, no. And so I ended up having to fight a lot. Like I had to hold my own. I ended up telling the guards one time that I got hurt in the kitchen. I broke my hand. They broke my hand fighting for my life, really. But I took it. I told them it was a slip and fall in the kitchen, and so I kind of got away with that one. You know what I mean? Not having to tell on anybody, and not. I never wanted to tell on anybody because I'm a gang member. I'm tough. I'm supposed to be ruthless and whatever. But it was harder the second time.
Oh my goodness, that is horrible. Well, because I know the horrible jacket that carries. Do you know what I mean? That is basically almost as bad as, well, or if not worse, is being a snitch. Or do you know, or carrying that jacket? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's something very hard. Like, I couldn't imagine how. Well, because for a while when I was in prison, I had to fight too because my co-defendants testified against me in my trial, but because they had this worked out this story before whatever, I guess they got to prison, I had to like bring out my paperwork. And you don't ever want to do that. You know what I mean? Because we're people that come from the streets, like you and I and Nina, people who like a code of the streets, you don't tell. You don't, even if it's for your life. Do you know what I mean? But there came a point where that they just kept wanting to assault me, and I didn't even want to fight back because I'm fighting for lump sums and clear conduct. And you know how important our clear conduct is in there. Like that's
yeah,
something that you could work for 6 months for a lump sum to get 30 days off your sentence. That's very
right.
harsh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And for
it is.
somebody else to be able to take that away from you, I really know what that feels like. So I could really relate to you on that aspect. And I know how scary it can feel. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if you're gonna get assaulted in the shower.
Oh no, and I was assaulted in the shower many times. That's where they caught me off guard. You know what I mean? Even though I was trying to stand guard, it's just they catch you off guard there. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've gotten drug out of the shower so many times that I didn't even want to take showers anymore by myself. Or I got a girlfriend that was a lifer, yeah, to make sure that she had my back. You know what I mean? And I didn't get with her just to get with her for those reasons, but those are kind of more the reasons why I got a girlfriend. I was pregnant too, and that made it a lot harder.
Wow. And they were assaulting you when you were pregnant too?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I lost that baby, but I'm lucky to have my three. Well, minus one last year due to a home invasion that wasn't even supposed to happen. But
Wow.
it is hard. It's very hard.
Wow. Okay. Um, how, okay, so you told us about your programming that you did. What other type of programming did you do besides RDAP?
Okay, so I went back to school and I got my GED. It was hard. It was, let me tell you, it was hard. I took the test about 5 times, and each time they told me I didn't pass. Come to find out, the year that my son died, which was last year, I was going to go back to school, and the lady that was helping me, she looked me up in her computer and she said, I don't know why you're here for your GED. You already have your GED. And I said, what? She said, yeah, you got it in 2015 in Grants, New Mexico at Grants High. I said, what?
They
Oh,
never
wow. I'll never,
invited you. They never invited you to because when you are part of education,
the
they have an
ceremony is like,
educational. It's a graduation because I worked education, and they have
yeah,
it once a year, and every single person that graduates gets an invitation.
yeah. Well, they never sent me an invitation. I never
Wow.
got to go. Um, I don't know if it was because of my charges or what, but I didn't even know I had gotten my GED until 2023.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Well, I'm so proud of you that you were persistent and that you were even going to do it out here besides the times that, because it becomes hard. They've gotten the, I took the GED when I was like 16 and oh no, no, probably when I was 17 and I passed because I didn't want to go to high school anymore. Well, because
right.
the equivalency test wasn't that hard back then. It's been
No,
raised since then, I think almost twice. I think. I'm not positive, but I know
it has.
one for sure. So it's
Yeah, it has.
definitely very much harder now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Did you develop any mental health issues while being incarcerated? I always talk about being like in a big crowd. I don't like to be with my back towards anybody. It's so weird.
Right.
Well, because I don't care how much time I've been out. I've been out for 3 years, and like I can be in a big crowd, and I have to step away and make sure that I'm like nobody's in back of me, or like it's just this
Oh
weird
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. I got severe depression, severe PTSD. As like you, I can't have nobody behind me. Keys on the waist. They trigger something inside me that I start to get frightened. Locked doors frighten me. The dark, it frightens me. Yeah, so I got a bunch of mental health issues that I have to deal with on a daily basis. I take medicine for them. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to be on the pills or medicine for the rest of my life if I want to, maintain. I guess they say.
Right?
I turned on. I turned it into more into my addiction. I self medicated more. I think I did. I thought myself I was doing better, more self medicating than I did on the pills, but that's wrong.
Okay. How did your addiction habits affect you while incarcerated? Well, because probably the first time more, I feel like the second time you had your head on a little bit different.
Yes, yes. Let's see. The first time I got into doing Suboxone, which is a form of heroin, I went in doing heroin. Unfortunately, I lost my mom in 2003 to lupus, and so I started opiates. I lean more on the Suboxone in prison. The second time, I really tried to stay away from all of that because I wanted to try to get all kinds of lump sums to try to get out, which was making it difficult trying to stay clear and free of those write-ups, man. Like I don't know how many times I had to talk myself out of some of them, but ended up getting some and losing some good time. Unfortunately, I went in and lost a bunch. Got out in 2016, 5 years later.
Wow, 5 years? You lost 5 years of good time?
Yeah, pretty much. I lost all my good time. Really, they didn't even give me my GED. Like I was saying, I didn't even know I had my GED.
I feel like that's so wrong because you got your GED, and when you get your GED, are you supposed to get like a year or like a 3 months or something? You get something really good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What
It's
is
six.
it?
It was a year back then before they switched everything up.
That's what I
Unfortunately,
thought. Way, way back in your day, it was a year. And then it
yes,
became like 3 months or something. You got like a
six,
lot off. People were
6 months.
incentivized to get in their GED because let me tell you why. They were doing that because dang, that's crazy, dude. I feel like you should get some type of civil attorney. And I know you've been out for a while and the time frames might not be in line, but that's not right, dude, because I feel like they were discriminating on you because of your crime, first of all, which is illegal. Second of all, you accomplished your GED and you could have gotten out a whole year ahead of time. Plus, they took all your good time, like behind stupid stuff, like you know what I mean? And oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
horrible. That's and I've seen some stuff like that happen. I know some level 4 people. One of my friends, Juliana Romero, she did like she would tell me about weird stuff like that, and I'm like, that stuff doesn't happen. You're crazy. But I have now, since doing the podcast, hearing stuff, hearing about the way the correctional officers intentionally, especially CO Yazi, how she intentionally harassed people that had a certain crime, and
yeah,
like your crime isn't any different than my crime. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
It
Right.
has no, there's no gray. Like I don't understand how they could do stuff like that, but
And speaking of this Yazi, she actually witnessed two of the beatdowns that I had was getting, and didn't break it up. Just walked right on by, didn't turn around and said nothing. That she didn't even try to help me at all.
hey, can you tell me a little bit about your intake? Well, because I've heard I had some one female told me, Corina Portillo, she told me, and Corina's a little bit more timid, like more shy, not like, I feel like you, meaning that we're a little bit more tough, a little bit more gangster, you know what I'm saying? Like she's more shy, timid. And Yazi elbowed her right in the stomach when she was getting her fingerprints. I feel like you, meaning that we're a little bit more tough, a little bit more gangster. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like she's more
she
shy,
she
timid.
actually did the same thing to me because I took my hands off of the wall where they had me place them. They had you place your hands up on the wall, and I had reached over to scratch my face, and she elbowed, yeah, she elbowed me in the side, bruised me pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So before it gets dark here in Southern
Oh,
California,
yes, I want you
uh,
to show the house. Yes,
yes,
definitely. So we're going
yes.
to take a little
So
pause. Yeah.
yes, so I'm here in Southern California in rehab. Well, it's pretty much my detox is over. I'm placed in a sober living house here in Southern California, LA. This is the house that I'm living in right now.
It's beautiful. This is the same house Nina was in, right? Too.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe I think she said that she did. It's called the Palace. Um, as you can see, I got a swimming pool. I got an outside fireplace. I got a barbecue pit or area. It's outside, everything. It has the barbecue pit. It has the sea. Yes. Um, I got high ceilings. I got a kitchen that is enormous. Like I come from the ghetto, from where I was in my addiction, with no electricity. Now I got electricity I could turn on. I got running water. I came from not having water, not having electricity, to having a working kitchen. If everybody could see this, I got a kitchen.
That's
Everything
beautiful.
works here. Um, I got I mean, everybody here is great. I love them all. Oh, I don't know how to turn on lights now, I guess. um, oop, well, that one don't work. Oop. Okay, so I got a chandelier.
It's so beautiful.
I got a staircase that goes up to the rooms, which I don't know if everybody wants to
Hey,
go there.
hey, I don't mean to interrupt. Let them know about the program.
So, okay, we'll get to that program in a minute. Like, um, I want you to help me with that. We have a funny story that goes along with me getting here. Um, like I was saying,
Did she mute herself? I think she's muted.
I am muted. I'm sorry. It's just because I'm coughing so much and
No,
sneezing.
not you. Her though. I think she's muted, babe. Let me check real quick.
Oh, she's muted.
Yeah, because I can't hear her at all. Rose, can you hear me?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
okay, I
can hear
can hear
you.
you now. I thought you were muted.
Okay, okay.
Okay, cool.
So, okay, so like I was saying, Rena, I owe my life to her. Um, Before I wouldn't even give her the time of the day. But now I owe everything to her. She found me um, in a trailer that my boyfriend at the time cleaned up and was livable but not livable. Like I was saying, I had no electricity, I had no running water, I had nothing really, just him and me living there. One day I had talked to our friend Sarah Jean, and she's a mutual friend. She actually told me that Nina was looking for me, and that I needed to answer her phone calls because she was calling me. And I told her, well, why is she looking for me? I ain't doing those things anymore. I don't care what she has to say. Like, I don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, everybody on the streets was saying that she, was a snitch because she went to do this program, or that she went to California, or wherever she went to. Half of them didn't even know where she had went, and all this stupid stuff. But like, I talked to her one time on the phone, and she was like, Rose, I heard about your son. How are you doing? And I was like, yeah, well, I'm here. I'm not dead. Um, why? What's up? What do you care? And she was like, Rose, like, you don't need to be doing this no more. You don't need to be doing that. She said, what would your son think? And this and that. And I'm like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, he died. Like, they killed him. You know what I mean? And So that was the first conversation we had. She said, if I get you into a rehab, would you go? And I thought about it and I told her, no, yeah, well, maybe, you know what I mean? She was like, all right, well, at least I got a maybe out of you. And I was like, all right, girl. And we hung up. I had kind of told her where I was at, kind of just like the roundabout way of where I was at, you know what I mean? One day she comes up into the alley in this white car, you know what I mean? And she honked. Well, she didn't honk. She like got down and went and knocked at the people across the street. And then she like stood out there in the alley and she starts yelling my name, Rose, Rose, are you around, Rose? And I'm like, what the hell? I tell my boyfriend, oh my God, is somebody out there yelling my name? And he was like, shh. And I'm like, well, who is it? He was like, it's a white car. And I'm like, what? A white car? Who do I know in a white car? And he was like, and it's a big girl. And I said, oh, hell no. I ain't going out there like, who the hell is it? You know what I mean? Like, what do they want? You know? And so she yells again, Rose. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know that voice. So I stuck my head out the door and I was like, what the fuck? Nina? She was like, yeah, girl, come here. And I was like, what the hell? What do you want? Like, why are you over here looking for me? Oh my God. Like, oh God, you know what I mean? And she was like, girl, you said you would go to rehab. I said, I didn't say. I said, maybe I'll go. And she was like, well, that's enough for me, girl. Get in the car. We're going to do your intake right now. And I was like, what the hell you mean right now? She's like, get in the car. I was like, I don't even got shoes on. She's like, I don't care. You ain't getting off nowhere anyways. I was like, what the hell? So I got in the car and I was like, whoa. Yeah, and she did my intake with, whoever that other gentleman was on the phone. I don't even remember his name, but yeah, we did my intake. And then like a week late, not even a week later, she shows up with my cousin and I'm like, God, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all messed up. I'm all messed up. I'm high as a kite off of almost everything in the book, dude. And like, they had stole my bag, like they stole my purse like the night before. So I was like, Nina, I can't even go now. She was like, bullshit. Oh, excuse my language. She was like, bullshit. She's like, we're going. What do we got to do it? Like, let's go. She took me to the library. We printed off my ID. Like, she even helped pay for it. Like, man, she took me to the airport there in Clovis, which I didn't even know we had an airport, dude. Like, oh my God, like I've lived there for 20 something years, didn't even know we had an airport. Like, what the hell, you know what I mean? She stood there in the airport with me while I went through my bags and like I had to downsize some bags that I had, you know what I mean? And she was like, look, Rose, look, I'm going to hold on to this. She was, you're going to go and whenever you can, call me and let me know where I can go drop this off and I will. She said, and I was like, all right, like, I trust you, Nina, like like you don't believe, girl, like even though like we banged it, we banged, but like, girl, I trust you with this, you know what I mean? And she was like, I got you, Rose, I got you. And I was like, all right. So I get on the plane and like I got my son's ashes with me. I'm crying. I look like, death. I didn't let nobody know I was going anywhere. Like I just one day just disappeared, you know what I mean? And I'm glad I did it. Like, I'm so glad I did it. They picked me up at the airport, took me over to this other beautiful house in the middle of LA. Like, it was huge. That house was huge. Like, they fed us like they would in prison. You know what I mean? I had a bed. I had like four other girls that three of them were from Clovis. Like, so I knew people there, and like I got to know, my counselor. I got to know my group facilitator, which is an ex-gang member that has 4 years sober. That from the streets of LA, he's like doing groups now. Like it was like I connected with everybody there. Like, and I did. My counselor said I did a whole 360 times two. They booted me out a couple of days early. Like and brought me here to the palace. I'm living in a mansion, living it up now. Going to IOP.
Wow.
I go to inpatient, like it's an IOP, intensive outpatient therapy. I meet with them Monday through Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do it on Zoom meeting, on the phone, so I don't have to go nowhere on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I get to go to a facility there in Jewel City, here in City. And we have group from 9 to, I think it's like 12 something. And then they feed us. They take us to buffets. They take us out to eat. You know what I mean? Like our house manager, he takes us to AANA meetings nightly. Whenever we ask, we go somewhere. I'm not a prisoner in these walls. Like I'm free to do whatever I want to do. I can go and come as I want. It's just been it's like something different because believe me, I've done rehab, dude. I've done 30-day rehabs. Like I've done like severe stuff. You know what I mean? And this time is so different. It is so different because of the fact that I got people just like me that's here on our own. Like I didn't get sent here. The only person that sent me was Nina. You know what I mean? Like like, and she's not no officer of the
She's
law
not a
or a
judge or
judge.
yeah,
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
mandating you to go.
yeah, she's my peer. She's like a homegirl from the street. You know what I mean? Like she cares. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Guys
somebody
were
that is just.
actually kind of like enemies because you guys were fighting on the same turf for the same money, for the same kind of clout. And when Nina got saved, she wanted to save her people. That's what happens when people, and when you're in recovery, you see other people, they're human just like you know what I mean? And
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got her. I got people here at my house that are just like me. Like, and it, to see, the same where we come from is the same but different. But addiction is the same. Like, no matter what it is, no matter what it is, it doesn't necessarily have to be drugs. It doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. It could be gambling. It could be sex. It could be porn. It could be whatever that is an
still, it
addiction.
could
You know
be,
what I
yeah,
mean?
it could be 100 different things, but
Oh yeah.
the process and the steps of addiction pretty much are the same, but there's very many different variants or very many different types of it. And I agree, 100%. I'm so happy to hear your story, Rose. It just makes me happy to hear how Nina went and she hunted you down in an alley and she was so persistent to want to get help for you and to see the hope, to see this rose. Nina seen this rose inside of you a long time ago, even though you couldn't see her yourself. Do you know what I mean? And
Right,
that's
right.
something so beautiful. And I feel like this is why her mission is so important. And this is why I'm trying to bring on you guys on this segment so that we can let people know you guys are literally, you came from a grave and now you're a flourishing garden and you're starting to plant seeds and those seeds are going to grow and you're planting your own garden now and the little tiny gardens that Nina is making everywhere, they're going to be helping people everywhere,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I got people just like me in addiction that I've reached out to, and they're like, "Rose, where'd you go?" And I'm like, "Shoot, I'm in California, baby." And they're like, "What?" And they FaceTime me, and they're like, "Look at you, Rose. You got your color back. You're all bubbly again. You're smiling, even though I don't got no teeth." Like, you know what I mean? I livened up I've always livened up the party just like my mom, you know what I mean? And now it's a good party. Now it's like something different, you know what I mean? And what Nina did, it's a game changer, dude. Game changer. Let's do this for real. Like them people that are out there watching this, if you're in addiction, you're still sick, reach out to anybody. Me, Nina, Princess, everybody, just like anybody, we can help you. We can help you get here. And I want to help you get here. Like, for real.
There's literally connections right there for anybody who is in their addiction right now and is looking for help. Somebody who has like a family member who is in addiction and thinks that they'll never make it out. I have I don't associate with a lot of my family being out of prison because they come from the same ways, like wanting to fraud prescription narcotics or doing the same drugs or whatever. And I've had to separate myself, and that's been very hard because don't have no family support. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I have people in my community, and that's what you have now too, Rose. Like, we're a big community of each other, and we're a family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm here for you
Yeah.
guys. I'm here for everybody. If anybody I know, like right now, this is our plea to anybody who is in addiction. Look at the beautiful testimony that Rose gave. She was literally living in a house with no lights, with nothing, and now look at where she's living, in a mansion in California, living it up, doing the dang thing. Like, that's something to be very, very proud of. I'm very proud of you, and I know a lot of people are very proud of you. And the Game Changers program is going to save many, many lives. This is just like
Yes.
the tiny beginning. This is just like the little seed that's getting planted, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, and I'm grateful for you being here and showing
Thank
us the
you.
beautiful house. It's amazing.
Oh, look, it's getting dark outside. Watch. You want to see the pool, right?
The
With the
pool
lights
is
off?
so pretty at night. I was like, it's purple.
Well, it's getting dark now. As you can see, it's getting dark. So here I go. I'm going to go turn on the lights. Let's see
Be
if I remember how to
careful.
do this.
Dark. No. Do you guys go to the beach and stuff, Rose? I guess she can't hear me. We have like 7 people watching. There's 5 now, but a while ago there was like 7. That's so cool.
Probably too much movement.
Where did Rose go?
We're froze up for real.
We have like 7 people watching. And there's
Awesome.
5 now, but a while ago there was like 7. That's so cool.
That's great. But I try. Too much movement.
Oh, there she's back on.
We're all
We
lit up
lost
out
you,
here.
Rose. We lost
I
you, Rose.
know. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
There's the
so
pool.
pretty. I wish I was there with you, Rose, in my bikini. No?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll do this. We do this. Look.
Hey, I
Yeah.
told you when you come back, because you're coming back, tell us about your wedding, and you're going to be getting married soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I reconnected with somebody on Facebook. He lives in Washington. His name is Billy. Um, he proposed to me, and yeah, we'll be getting married here soon. I don't know how soon. I'm waiting for him to come in and swoop me up out of here. Once he does that, then we'll start planning our wedding, which is going to be held there in Clovis. So for all that wants to come, you guys are invited. You too, princess.
I'll be there.
Nina, you're gonna be one of my bridesmaids, homegirl. I don't care if you show up in a suit or a dress. You're gonna show up. You're gonna be
Hey, we're going to
on the
be
party,
having
in
a
the party.
bachelorette party. No, just kidding.
Woo, 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 yeah. I
Hey,
knew what that was.
they better keep a leash on you. We're going to kidnap you and ask for a ransom.
I'm with it. I'm with
You
it.
will? Yeah, yeah. I'll be having it there in Clovis, New Mexico. So that way, my dad and my mom, and all my brothers and sisters could attend. Washington's kind of far, but he's willing to go and spend a couple of weeks there in Clovis, New Mexico. He's never been there, so yeah, it's different. You know what I mean? Never thought I would ever get married again, but hey, it happened, right?
Right. That's amazing. I'm so grateful for you and your testimony and sharing the house and your program and just your trials that you went through in prison. You went through a lot of personal adversity and you're really stronger because of it. And I
Yes.
admire you a lot, Rose. I would like to
And
ask you if you
not only that,
were
not only
talking
that, I
to
lost, I,
someone.
I lost, I lost my son too to a home invasion. He was murdered, um, and you know that right there was a life changer too. You know what I mean? It took me deep into my addiction, which is sad that people my age have to go and try to rob 16-year-olds out of their little stash of weed. You know what I mean? And it's just weed's even illegal. It's legal now. It's not even illegal no more. You know what I mean? And like it's just it's sad. It's sad that even our young ones have to go through stuff that I never thought that they would have to. Being a drug dealer and street pharmacist. I hate to say it, but I thought what I mean. I would try to keep my kids away from that. Doing it myself, I thought I would maybe was able to keep him out of it, but somehow it found him. They killed him, and yeah, we need justice to be served for that.
That's hard. That's something so when a child is taken and by an injustice that hasn't been like taken care of, that's something so difficult. You keep fighting, Rose, and don't ever give up because you're the only person that your son has to fight for him. and
Yeah,
and don't
and
ever
his friend.
stop advocating.
Oh no, gun awareness. I'm all for that now. You know what I mean? He has a bunch of friends out there too, which hopefully are watching. Hi, kids.
Rose, I would like to ask you if you have something to say to someone that is coming out of prison or an addict who thinks that they can't make it, that they can't do what you're doing. Can you give a little message to them right now, please, before we sign off?
Yeah, it's possible. You just gotta ask for it. You gotta have to want it yourself. I'm here. Ask me. Ask anybody like Nina. Everybody, Sarah Jean. Anybody. Reach out to somebody. Your parents. If I could do it, I know it's possible for anybody else. And I just wish and I hope that you guys help us get this program that me and Nina are trying to build up from the floor up. Girls, come on, floor up from the floor up. Game changers, yeah.
Game changers. Yep. We're real game changers is gonna take it all the way to the top because it's really changing lives, and it's gonna impact a lot of people. And like I said, people are just gonna start getting on board.
And you can reach me on Facebook, anybody, Facebook Messenger, call my phone. My number is 575-300-4412. That's easy to remember. Get a hold of me.
Oh, thank you so much, Rose, for sharing your story. Thank you, Nina, for coming on, even though you're really sick. I appreciate you.
I
Thank
got
you.
you. I got you, Nina. Game
I love
changers,
you.
baby. I love
Hey,
you too. Thank you for
hey,
saving my life.
hey,
Oh,
it's all God. It's all God. Just I want to
Yes,
give that all to God because if it
yes.
wasn't for God, we would not be here today and being able to do this.
Amen.
This is a straight God movement,
Yes.
and you know what I mean. Like,
And the Nina movement. Hey,
hey,
Nina's walking with God. We gotta walk this path,
crazy.
oh,
I
that's
love you.
so
I
cool.
love you too.
Oh, that's neat. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you everybody for watching. We had like 7 viewers. I'm gonna post this video once I hit the end button. I'm gonna send it to you and I'm gonna send it to you so you can send it to whoever you guys would like. And I'm so grateful to you guys. And I'll see you on Thursday, Nina. Join us, Rose, on Thursday too.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Signing
Good
off
night.
from behind bars. Oh, Allie, zip it. Oh, Allie, zip it. Bye, Nina. Hope you feel better. Thank you to all our viewers. Let me say this viewer's name. Wait a minute. I believe his name was Richard. Thank you, Richard. Miller. Oh, Nina said you're welcome.